Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Very Biased Opinions. Today, it is League One predictions. Had to try and remember what we were talking about. It is match day 35. We are not covering the random midweek matches, so we'll have to come up with some random results for you. As always, if you can't stomach listening to the entire 3.5 hours of this episode, have a look below. We've timestamped it, but we really do sell ourselves as a complete compilation. Watch them all. They tie together. They're brilliant. They're exciting. And I've talked enough to start this. So, Ian, what is the first match?
Coventry City versus Sunderland.
So God knows what the state of the table is going to be, because Coventry City have somehow got Rotherham on Tuesday night as part of these six matches that are going to be played. I think it's like to make up for FA Cups and rained out games or whatever the hell has happened. But Coventry City could quite possibly be top of the table when they come to this. That being said, Coventry City are now playing two of the best teams in the league in a row, and their title credentials are finally going to be properly tested. Last couple of weeks, they've had to play like Rochdale and Southend. This is going to be a real tough draw for Coventry. The advantage they have is they're at home. Sunderland always bring a lot of fans. You can bank on the fact that Coventry City will have a fair amount of fans, and I can imagine some local Birmingham, just football fans in general, will come out to watch this midweek. It's going to be a cracker of a game. What can you say about Sunderland? They're finally where they should be. They're 3 points off the top of the table, and they're pushing everybody. They haven't been prolific in their goal scoring recently, but, that's fine. And it's going to be a great match. I can't ever go against Coventry because, obviously, my father would disown me on that one. So I'm going to go 2-0 to the Cov.
I'm going to do a score reverse. I fancy Sunderland in this one. I just think that they're in really, really good form. They're very they don't concede goals, and that's something they really addressed. It wasn't a vintage display against Bristol Rovers, but they got the job done and ended up 3-0 winners. It was quite convincing, and they're sort of just like, the belief's there, the confidence is growing. As you say, they'll bring a big following down to St Andrews, and I think it's going to be a big week for Coventry, and I fancy Sunderland in this one. 2-0 to Sunderland.
What do you reckon happens in the Rotherham match, just quickly?
I really don't know. It's a crapshoot. It could be a win, it could be a draw, it could be an away win.
I think it's going to be a draw. But anyway, enough of that.
One of three results.
Win, loss, tie? Bristol Rovers versus Shrewsbury Town.
Oh my God, from the delights of what should be a game played in at least a league higher to one that should be played maybe 2 or 3 leagues below. Bristol Rovers versus Shrewsbury Town. Whew. Well, Shrewsbury did actually finally get a win for the first time, which is probably the only thing I backed right all weekend. But I think Rovers will win this one. I think they will shade it. I think they'll shade it by a 1-0.
Yeah, see, as much as I like to support Rover as a company, and I think that their cars are brilliant pieces of mechanical ingenuity, this team has clearly got parts of its motor in the wrong place. It's leaking exhaust. It's failing its MOT. Ian was really hoping this shenanigans wouldn't continue. But honestly, Shrewsbury's anti-football and the fact that they won a game coupled with, Rovers losing 3-0 last week, I can't see them coming into this match as too confident, nor has their season given them any reason to be confident. I got this as a 1-1 draw.
Burton Albion versus Peterborough.
As we all know, I am the patron saint of Burton Albion. I will back them even when they've only won one of their last 7 matches. They are coming up against Peterborough, who are really, really good. Burton have been probably one of the most solid teams in the league. Only once did they ever look like possibly cracking the top 6, and at no one point have they ever looked like a bottom half of the table sort of team. They are your good, steady, mid-table team. They're 8 points off the top. They're a solid 15 points off the bottom. What do you got to say about that? Peterborough are probably going to hammer some goals past them. I got it 3-0 to Peterborough.
Yeah, I'm going to put this one down to the fact Burton have played a lot of games recently. Peterborough had their bye week last weekend, so they're well rested. And I can't see any other result other than a Peterborough win. I think Burton might score though, so I'm just going to say Burton 1, Peterborough 3.
Yeah, also worth noting that somehow Burton almost lost to Southend by shipping 2 goals last week, so they're definitely going to concede. Gillingham versus AFC Wimbledon.
So another one that doesn't exactly leap off the page of being exciting, but you have to give acknowledgement to Gillingham. They are doing really well. They got just as much chance of finishing in the playoffs as anyone else. Didn't think they had. I'm not sure how they got on last weekend. I know Steve Evans was having a bit of controversy. Steve Evans.
City 0-0 draw.
Yes, that's right. They had a 0-0 draw of Lincoln City. Apparently there was a Lincoln player that should have got sent off really early in that one, and Steve Evans was not happy. But, Gillingham, they just do not seem to lose, and I think they'll be too strong for AFC Wimbledon in this one. I think it will be Gillingham 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going to go a little bit less. I'm going to go 1-0. I mean, I never back AFC Wimbledon, and it always comes back to bite me in the bum, but they're not a good enough side. And Gillingham, they're only 4 points off of promotion place, so, they've played really good football this year.
They're on a Liverpool-esque unbeaten run.
All season.
Portsmouth versus Rochdale.
Here's a match you can really sink your teeth into. Portsmouth in 7th place, host Rochdale in 19th. It's Ian's favourite club versus a club that should be in the division above and is somehow still contriving to not be in a playoff place. But this is the week. This is the week Fleetwood will lose a game, Portsmouth will win a game, and they will retake their delightful spot in 6th place in the league. Though seriously, Portsmouth are far too strong. Rochdale are far too weak. 3-0 to Portsmouth.
Portsmouth, how did you lose to Fleetwood last weekend? I was going to say it, Tom. I haven't really been paying attention to a lot of football lately. Last time I paid attention to Portsmouth, they were in the Premier League. So they've fallen down a long way. So I can only assume that Rochdale are a much better side than them, just like how they were supposed to be a much better side than Coventry. It didn't quite work out. Come on, Rochdale. No, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't do it as much as I love them.
Against Cov, what?
Oh, as much as I want Rochdale to win this game, you have to say Portsmouth are going to be too strong. 2-0 Pompey.
Yeah, there's no other result it could be.
With my heart broken, we move into the break, and it's a time where me and Thomas just want to say thank you to everybody that supports us on this channel. We appreciate every single view, every single subscriber, and please continue to like the videos. It helps us out so much. And if you do like the content and you haven't subscribed yet, please think about subscribing and hit the notify bell to make sure that you get notifications for future videos. There we go. Got a bit tongue-tied there. Also, make sure that you are still subscribed, because YouTube loves to take subscribers away from us.
Yes.
Please continue to give us loads of comments, and also go and check out Grandstand Betters. They're a fantastic tipster website. They will help you win money. We've been working for them for a while now, and generally you'll be about £300 or £400 up if you follow their tips over the course of a year. So that can't be too bad, can it? And without any further ado, I know you're waiting to talk, but shut up. But now give me the next game.
Rotherham versus MK Dons.
So, what can you say, Tom? This looks like another very one-sided game, doesn't it? Rotherham have been excellent this season. I'm really, really looking forward to that game they've got against Coventry. Probably by the time you're watching this, you're going to know the result of that one already. But you would think that they're going to be too strong for Milton Keynes Dons, and even though they haven't been amazing at home, and they did get a 2-2 draw with Wimbledon last time out, who are kind of like MK Dons, aren't they? They're kind of the same club.
They are the exact same club.
Yes, okay. So one must be a reserves.
It's like somebody just clicked Control Copy and then Control Paste on a team sheet.
So this one might be 2-2 again. Oh, no, I'm confused.
Ian. Go 2-2.
Rotherham 2-1.
There it is. Yeah, for some reason 3-0 is my favorite scoreline, so I'm going 3-0 again. I'm going big. Rotherham are going to be smarting from an absolute pasting from the Sky Blues this week away. And I think they're going to come back big against MK Dons. Also, it's MK Dons versus what has been a very free-scoring Rotherham team. So I see goals in this.
Tranmere Rovers versus Fleetwood Town.
I really don't know who to make more fun of first. There's Tranmere Rovers, the third best club in Liverpool, or then there's Joey Barton and his band of awful reprobates. As I said 2 weeks ago, I don't hate you fans. Then I said last week, I do hate you fans, but then I rescinded it. I'm going to continue the rescinding of that comment. This has nothing to do with you. It has to do with your manager. Get rid of him, and I'll at least consider backing you. Until that day, one of the worst clubs in League One and one of the worst clubs in Liverpool are going to go out there and they're going to beat the Fleetwood Town 1-0.
Ow! Ow!
No, don't back them.
Ow!
Don't do it.
Oh, this is hurting. This is hurting. Thomas, I have to give begrudging praise even to Fleetwood Town. They have done really well. They're on a really good run. and they did have a really good result against Portsmouth last time out. That's it. Oh my God, I need to have a shower now. Tranmere. Not been so good this season, have they? But you have to remember, put it into perspective, they have had a couple of big jumps in the last 2 seasons, back-to-back promotions. It is just looking that League One's been a bit of a step too high for them. I really don't want to back Fleetwood, but as I'm losing in predictions, I have to back them. Tranmere 0, Fleetwood 2. Don't rush me, it hurts. It's painful.
We're not friends anymore. I don't like you. Because it's Blackpool hosting Ipswich Town.
An Ipswich Town side, Thomas, that recently lost 1-0 to Oxford United on their home patch. What an amazing result for OUFC. Season reignited, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. Tom, before you do your prediction on Ipswich, I just want to go through a couple of things with you. So I've been watching a few Ipswich Town videos. They do some really good fan view ones. I think there's a YouTube channel, Ipswich Town Fan View, which is excellent, by the way. And they talked about how they've been this season, and they've said when they played the sides lower down the league, they've been very much flat track bullies. They go out there, they have a lot of confidence, they go and impose themselves on the opposition. When they play sides in the top, like sides in and around the playoffs or promotion mixture, it's almost like they don't know what to do. The players look scared, the players look nervous, and you really saw that against Oxford. It's like the second half, once they couldn't get a goal straight away, they were just didn't completely froze. And the fans just got more and more frustrated. There is a lot of discontent against Paul Lambert at that club. A lot of people on that video walking past, spouting swear words at, to the camera, saying Lambert out, Lambert out. So it is not a fun place to be. They really need a win in this one. Blackpool have generally been quite terrible, and I do expect Ipswich to win. I think they'll win by 2-1.
Yeah, I don't know how anyone can back Blackpool in this. As much as Ipswich losing to Oxford wasn't great, they have been good against the lower teams, and I think their initial run up the table was against basically teams pretty much 8 or 9 and below. I
was going to say, well, at the start of the season, they were unbeaten for a long time, so they had the confidence. But as soon as they started losing games, it's like Portman wrote, they probably prefer playing away from home, just so they're not around those crowds. That's 19,000 fans basically hurling abuse at you.
I mean, having been in a crowd recently where an entire side of it was against me, I feel for the man. It's pretty fun to be at. I'm going to go 2-0 to Ipswich, and I'm going to stop trying to drop references into coaching football.
Doncaster Rovers or Bells versus Wycombe Wanderers.
Well, I think we all know which way Ian's going to go in this game. He's clearly going to be backing the Doncaster Rovers against his most hated Wycombe Wanderers. And who can blame him? With Wycombe 3rd in the league and Doncaster in 11th. I, on the other hand, am going to back the High Wycombe Brigade to mount the defences that the Bells throw up in. Ugh, I got nothing else. It's 2-1 to Wycombe.
Thomas, I don't really like any of these sides. And when you don't like the sides, you have to just go goose eggs, baby. Goose eggs all day long. I would much rather Doncaster beat Wycombe, to be fair. But I'm going 0-0.
I won't tell anyone if you don't.
Please don't tell Akinfenwa. Don't tell him where I live. Bolton Wanderers versus Accrington Stanley.
So, Ian, can Bolton still stay up?
Well, I think they can. I mean, there's still like 40 points to play for, isn't there? So mathematically they can, but I wouldn't recommend going over to our friends at Grandstand Betters and putting a bet on them.
No, I would say it's probably a bad idea. Ian, can Accrington Stanley have anything exciting happen to them this year?
Well, mathematically, Tom, they can, because there's still 40 points to play for, so they might do. But I wouldn't go over to our friends at Grandstand Betters and put a bet on it.
Well, with that being said, I think that I will bet on Accrington Stanley to beat Bolton Wanderers 2-0.
Yes, it's hard to back Bolton in any game. I've been burnt by them so many times that I just don't give them any hope. So of course Bolton are going to win this game, but I too will back Stanley. I think they will win by 2-1. I'm looking forward to this one. I can't wait. Please, this must be a free hit. It must be. It's the main event.
OUFC versus Southend United. I shouldn't even give them that much of an introduction. It should be OUFC versus Southend United.
Poor old Southend. I actually really do feel sorry for their fans. They've not had a fun year whatsoever. Absolutely. The goals they ship. I mean, I saw some of the goals they lost in the last game. It's just pissing around with the ball at the back. I mean, what are you doing? Oh, but anyway. Oxford are back. Oxford are back. Some couple of big wins, a couple of good performances, a 5-0 hammering of Wimbledon, a 1-0 win against Ipswich, This one's certainly more winnable than Accrington on Tuesday night. That one is a potential banana skin. Accrington did a double over us last season. But this one, you have to say, Oxford are going to be too strong. We're generally really, really good at home. And I would hope we can get the job done early, like we did when we played them away. And they absolutely gifted us a goal in the first minute of the game, or however long it was. And I think Oxford will get a nice, comfortable win here. I think there'll be a goal for Taylor, a goal for Henry, goal for Brannigan, 3-0 Oxford.
Yeah, unfortunately, and I'm going to match your scoreline on that one, because I think this is the sort of match that's going to get Oxford kind of back on. I know that they won against Ipswich, and is it MK Dons they also beat in the midweek? Wimbledon. They put themselves back within touching distance, which is really important. Getting Southend, you feel as a freebie, you feel as a chance to score goals. They do have players in the squad that can score goals, and you feel like this is a match that really could help to kind of set them up for the rest of the year here and give them a good run. And they're at home, and you back them. You back them in a match like this.
They just look so much more like the side we saw back in like October, November. They just look. Everybody's like defending from the front. Everybody's playing well. You've got a focal point of the side in Taylor. You get wingers like, I know we've lost Foster and we lost Baptiste, but Brown's really good. Holland's looking better every game. Exciting times, hopefully, for Oxford again.
Yeah, so I'll go 3-0 as well. And also, I can't deal with how depressed you get when they lose, so sometimes just put the faith in there.
That's funny. I can always handle you getting depressed over Man U.
And on that note, thank you very much to all of you for watching, subscribing, liking. Please keep doing it. Please keep clicking. A quick shout out. We only had a couple comments this week on the video, but a shout out to Jan Day and Battlefield 5, Clips and Battles, for both putting positive comments out and, chatting to us. You're right, Battlefield 5. Come on, you use. And with that being said, and all the garbage that's come before it, if you came here looking for detailed football analysis, probably in the wrong place.